Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Dxnnis.The.Menace to the society, kept no kizzy. Let's make shit easy. Yeah. Back here with another video, back here with another banger, baby. I'm sure you guys are asking why my voice sounding like this. I'm a bit sick. I didn't even go to work today. It's a Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's a Tuesday, the 10th of March. Decided, okay, I'm sick, but let me just put in some work, Instead of just sleeping and trying to get better, let me actually just put in some work and make some videos for you guys. How you guys doing? Are you guys good? Thanks for clicking on the video today. If you did click this video, I hope you did watch the one I just dropped before this one. Nonetheless, if you're new on the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the family. This is a good place to be. As you guys can see with the title, it's a reaction video today that I'm going through. Hey man, this industry going crazy. There's a lot of files coming out. Yeah, Epstein files, what files, what files, McD file. It's just a lot going on. So, I thought, let me just react. Tell my people how I feel about those reactions. Comment down below how you guys feel about this topic. And yeah, we out. Okay. Hey guys, so this is where we're going to be sourcing our information and our video today. So today we actually talking about Jim. What happened to Jim, guys? Like, being honest, he doesn't look the same anymore. He was saying a lot of controversial things before they cloned him or they, replaced him with this new Jim. It's kind of crazy, bro. I don't know what's going on in that industry, Hollywood and all that, but you guys got to be careful, dog. Okay, so this is where we're going to be sourcing the information on The Truth Is. Go follow The Truth Is. Shout out to The Truth Is for actually making us be able to use his videos without getting copyrighted or, strikes or anything like that. Shout out to you for that. So we're going to be doing this video which says what actually happened to Jimmy. Let's go into it. And yeah, by the way, I will be eating spacho. If you don't know what a spacho is, it's a kota. Already started because I was a bit hungry. Spacho saga. It got some chips, got some Russian, we got some burger patty, 2 cheese because I don't eat eggs, and lettuce, and what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to be eating my kota while I react to this. Let me see what's going on.
Going up against billion-dollar footwear brands, be able to make it happen.
Jim Carrey just set the internet ablaze, showing up to the 2026 Caesar Awards in Paris looking completely unrecognizable. Look at the hair, look at the jawline, and even the eye color. The change is so drastic that the comment sections are already convinced.
Look what people are even saying on the comment section. That nigga don't look the same, bro. I know we can edge and then look older and look different a little bit, but you're not going to change all the way to that. Look what it says here on the comments. They say, didn't Jim say the next time we see him around any award ceremony, that wouldn't be him? Scary. And I remember that clip when he actually said that. And now he's at the awards. Doesn't those two make sense? Something is off here. Then the other person on the comment says, no way, this is Jimmy. Yeah, man, there ain't no way this is Jimmy. Let's get into the video.
The real Jim Carrey is gone. They're saying he was swapped out for a copy after speaking out against the industry, disposed of and replaced by a vessel that looks and acts nothing like the man we knew. But is this what's really going on? Or is there a much darker explanation?
Hey, bro, no way. Bro, these people are stupid. Do they really think we're going to believe this is him? Like, guys, nah, just look at him. Look at this guy. Do they really think we're going to believe that this is him? Nah, I'm not falling for this. Not this time. You done it with Gucci Mane. You done it with a lot more. But this one, taking it too far.
For this, what I've discovered suggests that while the body might be the same, the man inside has undergone a deep mythical transformation that is literally rewriting his biology. Today, we're revealing the truth behind Jim Carrey's transformation, and by the end of this, you will never see him the same way again.
They're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building something that people would like. But he was a character.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist.
Because there is no me, no self. Jim Carrey is gone, actually never existed, and I know that now.
For the last
What does it mean Jim Carrey is gone? Was that just a character that he was using to act as? Or what? Like, what exactly is going on? Explain if you know what's up.
Decade, we've watched Jim Carrey spiral into what many called madness, showing up to red carpets claiming Jim Carrey didn't exist, making strange hand gestures on Kimmel while jokingly suggesting everyone in Hollywood belongs to a secret club. Most people saw this as Carrey being wild or eccentric, but a huge part of the internet saw something else. They saw a man turning his back on the industry and exposing its secrets. But let's be real, if Carrey was truly exposing anything, would he still be the face of a billion-dollar franchise like Sonic the Hedgehog? Hollywood doesn't reward exposure with leading roles. They reward it with a permanent blackball. The truth is actually much stranger. In reality, Carrey isn't exposing the industry. He's revealing his own deep involvement in its most hidden practices. Those unusual behaviors everyone has witnessed, they weren't a rebellious movement. They were a part of the physical transformation we saw in Paris. And I'm not just talking about plastic surgery or fillers. I'm talking about a secret esoteric practice that Jim Carrey himself admitted to practicing. I want to warn you, some of this stuff is going to sound unbelievable. That's why I suggest you stick around to the very end and hear the full story before you flat out reject it. There is no way you can deny that Jim Carrey has gone through a complete facial transformation. If we compare his current face to just a few years back,
Pegan, guys, can you please compare and please tell me if this is the same person? Like, nah, this ain't the same person. Hey man, what do they do to you, bro? Where's the real Jim? Like, damn, dog. These people be getting into our minds, dog. You guys gotta be careful. I gotta be careful too.
Consistencies are jarring. First, the bone structure. His cheekbones appear much higher and wider, creating that puffy or pillowy effect that was nowhere to be seen in 2024. His jawline, once rugged and chiseled, now looks feminized. The transition from his ear to his chin is smoother, less aggressive, and almost porcelain. Then we have to talk about his eyes. Carrey has famously dark, prominent brown eyes, but in the 2026 Paris footage, they appear light hazel, gray, or even green under the stage light. Combine that with his shoulder-length jet black hair and his sudden ability to deliver a 14-minute speech in fluent French, and you have a man that claims to be Jim Carrey, but physically is unrecognizable. Now the skeptics will say it's just Botox and fillers. They'll just say he just bought new contacts and a bottle of hair dye. This wasn't random nonsense. It was actually a clue to decoding all of this. To understand what's really happening, we have to go back to when his death actually started, and the secret esoteric practice Jim admitted he was deeply involved in. Jim Carrey has openly admitted to...
And literally always used to say in most of his interviews that the people he's even in the interview with are in whatever he says he's in also. And occultic practices and rituals that he do to keep the fame, to keep the power, to keep the money and all these other things that everybody's running to. Hey man, this shit is crazy, dog. Do not lose your morals just for cash. Do not do the things that are like taboo just to make money or fame, bro. It's not worth it. It might feel worth it at the moment because you're suffering or something, but it is not worth it. Trust me. Your morals are something not to play with.
Being deep into the esoteric side of Gnosticism. Now, many people hear him talk about Jesus and assume he's following modern religion.
You made the decision to walk through the gate of forgiveness, to grace, just as Christ did on the cross. He suffered terribly, and he was broken by it.
But they're wrong. Carrey is into an ancient esoteric form of Christianity that goes back centuries. The core of this belief is that a human can become a transcendental perfected being through a process called the Great Work. And Jim didn't just study this, he admitted to practicing the most secretive part of it, the sacred secretion. In a rare interview, Jim describes a monthly psychological process where a seed, an internal oil called the chrism, is released from the brain and travels down the spine. The goal of this is to save this energy through voluntary abstinence and specific tantra techniques. If you don't waste this power, it returns to the pineal gland, decalcifying the third eye and literally recharging the body.
You see what they talking about, Chad? This is crazy knowledge, actually, if you guys think about it or if you know what he means. If you don't know what he means, let me break it down a little bit for you guys. So, we are actually super beings. Sorry about that. We are actually superhuman beings. But we haven't unlocked that yet because of all the trash we eat, the trash we watch, all these things that we indulge in within this earth's surface and the system messes us up inside and everywhere internally, so we cannot be able to reach the upper high. We cannot open our third eye. We cannot like connect our chakras. Everything in our body is just messed up. This is very bad for my body. But I'm hungry, what can I say? And it's our daily life. But the fact is that we must not condone it or like keep on supporting or being, what do you call it? Because people in the government or people that make things are creators and we consumers. We just we always consuming, and we are consuming rubbish. We consume to the point where we don't even know what we are consuming, just because it's nice, just because it's trending. Ain't no way, bro. We have to change the way we live. Excuse me. And if we can unite and spread the word as quick as possible, or to as much as people that we can, trust me, we'll get somewhere. But we're not getting anywhere. We're just getting worse and worse and worse. We're building our own death beds, literally, and it's bad. I'm not judging anyone who's watching, because I'm also speaking for myself. I indulge in all this rubbish that I'm mentioning right now, which I don't like it, but I'm not gonna say what can we do, what can I say about it, but there's something we can do about it. Let's continue with the video.
Biological body.
About alchemical sexual alchemy. Do you know that the story Jesus, how it's been altered in certain ways? I mean, yes, there's a guy, yes, there was teachings, all that stuff, but there's 33 vertebrae in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus. Okay, there is a substance or liquid or a substance that comes from your medulla, which is basically completely looks like the Ark of the Covenant. Has angel's wings around it, the whole thing, medulla shape. Now, is this one like so? This substance comes from your medulla, makes the trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is Christ coming down into human form. And if you don't squander that essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven, which is your thing. It's also the story of Santa Claus. What comes down the chimney is because this juice or this whatever substance actually passes what's called the cloudstrom, is where you got Santa Claus. So it goes down the chimney and back up. I think you probably saved it,
I feel like these are one of the reasons they had to take him down, or they taking him down, is because they replaced him because he was exposing a lot of information, because part of the things he's saying is used in military work. Yeah, don't cancel me for that, but that's true. Most people do know. If you don't know now, you know. So some people in the military have superhuman powers. And when I'm saying superhuman powers, I'm not talking about taking out fire from your hand, being like Superman or what. You have the ability to be strong enough mentally and physically. You know how like these Chinese karate guys are, how they deal with, you know what I mean? Like they're always strong. Hit a rock, they'll break a rock and not feel anything, or their hand not break. That's the type of power I'm speaking about. So some military people or government, like maybe US and stuff, they do give their military this type of source, so they can uplift their soldiers to fight better and win for their country.
So you can be clear, so you can be sharp. That's what Gnosticism is really about. Gnosticism is really about.
People who believe in this biological alchemy claim it produces 3 undeniable physical results: skin rejuvenation, a waxy porcelain glow, eye vitality, a change in the fire or even the literal color of the iris, and cellular youth, a total reversal of the aging process. Jim Carrey admitted to this process himself, and this is exactly why his 2026 look is so jarring. By balancing his internal masculine and feminine energies, he has physically manifested the divine androgyne, a state where the hard, jagged edges of manhood melt away into something much more fluid, serene, and unrecognizable. To understand why Jim looks the way he does...
Wait, the truth is saying, I'm getting confused low-key. Is he cloned, or he just used that knowledge to make himself look like this, and why? That's my question.
Now, you have to look at the last decade of his life through the lens of Gnosticism. He has been performing a 3-step occult ceremony, the magnum opus, right in front of your eyes. Most people see a midlife crisis. I see a man meticulously following an alchemic blueprint for transformation. Stage 1 was the Negrado, the blackening. This is the rotting of the ego. In 2015, the silly, cheerful Jim Carrey died. He grew that heavy gray beard and told E! News, There is no me. We're just a cluster of tetrahedrons moving together. He looked haggard and dark because the light of his old life was being burned away. Stage 2 was the albedo, the whitening. The ego is dead, so the vessel must be washed. During this period, Jim retreated into his arts, talking about Christ consciousness and integration. This is when his face started to change. The jagged masculine lines began to soften as he integrated what Gnostics called the anima, the internal feminine. The rebuto, also known as the reddening, which is the stage of rebirth. The man who stepped onto that stage in Paris is the rebus, the divine androgen. This is why his features are unrecognizable. He has traded a rugged masculine structure for a luminous feminized look. Now, is this all plastic surgeries?
So, because they're saying Satan or whoever he is or she is or whatever spirit it is or angel, they say for you to become the alternate power or be like God, you have to mix woman and man. So you need a source of woman and man to mix together to be able to make a God. That's crazy.
In colored contacts? It's likely. In fact, I think most of it is. But here's the reality. I believe he got those surgeries because he truly believes he has reached enlightenment. He wants his physical face to reflect the perfected vessel he thinks. To the world, it looks like a cult mumbo jumbo. But to Jim, he's been telling us exactly what he's been doing for 10 years. He wasn't silenced. And he wasn't replaced by a copy. He replaced himself. If you look across...
He replaced himself. And then I paused, look where I paused. Banning. Guys, they are the industry. It shows that it's true that for you to win a Grammy, you need to be attached with Didi somehow. Benna Boy. Oh, most of these people, bro, they have something linking to them and Didi. What the hell is he wearing, bro? Like Bunny, what? For the fame, for the money, bro. For a Grammy. Something that you're gonna leave behind. All these material stuff that you're gonna leave behind. To wear like you're a girl, like you're a bitch. To be eaten. Bau kaula muna. For Rex. Nah, man, this is the type of thing I was talking about when I spoke about morals. You cannot be losing your morals for such things, bro. This shit makes me like, bro, I take this shit personal. Trust me. For whoever is watching, bro, do not do such things just for money, bro. Trust me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You get to a point, I know I'm not rich. I'm still working my way there, but one thing Will Smith once said before is, Will Smith once said, he feels lost, or he feels like he's no more attached to himself. All the money that he's been chasing and the way he's been chasing it. He sees now as he's older that it was not so worth it. Okay, my family is good and stuff, but it was not so worth it, dog. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing at the end of the bridge of all those millions. Like there'll be money and money and money, a lot, galore of money. But there's no happiness at the end of that shit. Trust me. But yeah, thanks for watching and thanks for getting to the end of the video. If you guys want more videos like this, just comment down below and comment down below what other videos you guys would want to see. I'll be doing a lot of reactions because, you know, work, make money, invest in my content and all that. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of reaction videos. You guys can also write what you guys really want to see down in the comments, and I'll make sure to bring that for you guys. Thanks. I love you.